Dear learners, welcome to Foundational Course on Child's Growth and Development. Today we will explain lecture number 5, Importance of Knowing the Concept Growth and Development for Teachers and Educators. And the concepts we are going to cover are, we will introduce the topic, then we will see what is the importance of knowing the concept of growth and development for teachers, for teacher educators. We also say it educational implications for teachers, educators, for curriculum, for school, and finally conclusion and references are there. Dear learners, I again welcome you to our final lecture in this module, that is lecture number 5, Child's Growth and Development. Over the past sessions, lecture 1 to 4, we explored what development means, what are the principles of development, stages from infancy to adolescence, and the challenges adolescents face. Now we will turn our focus to a vital question: why? Why is it essential for teachers and teacher educators to understand the growth and development of children? The answer is simple, yet it is profound. Education is most effective when it aligns with the learner's stages of development. Without this understanding, teaching becomes mechanical. With it, education becomes transformative. Dear learners, imagine you are teaching a classroom full of children. Some are quiet, some very energetic, some curious, and some struggling to focus. They have very less attention span, they are not concentrating properly. Would you teach all of them in the exact same way? Probably not, because each child grows, learns, and behaves differently. This diversity in learning styles. In learning styles, we say some learn best when audio, they hear audio, audile, visual, tactile. Emotional maturity and physical growth is what makes the study of growth and development essential for teachers. A teacher who understands how children grow and why they behave the way they do becomes not only a better instructor but also a true guide and nurturer of human potential. According to NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, teachers are central to the educational reform process and act as key facilitators of lifelong and child-centered growth. Teacher effectiveness significantly influences students' academic achievement, motivation, and socio-emotional development. Chaudhary and Singh 2021. In Indian classrooms, where diversity in learning needs is immense, educators play a vital role in ensuring inclusive growth by adopting differentiated and inclusive pedagogies. Rao 2020. The emotional and moral guidance provided by teachers also supports the development of empathy, cooperation, and resilience, skills which are very essential for social development. Kaur and Sandhu in 2018. So now we discuss the role and importance of teachers for growth and development and what are the educational implications for teachers. Teaching is not just transferring knowledge, it's understanding human growth. Teaching is often misunderstood as delivering lessons, delivering set of lessons, lesson plans in classroom. No, it is not that. But real teaching begins when the teacher understands how a learner's mind and body develop. A 5-year-old learns through play and exploration. A 10-year-old needs logic and fairness. A 15-year-old, that is adolescent, seeks purpose and independence. These are not just age differences, they are developmental differences. Teachers who understand growth can adjust their teaching using storytelling for the young, experiments for middle schoolers, and discussions for adolescents. As Piaget said, education means creating possibilities for invention rather than providing ready-made knowledge. Piaget as well as in NCERT 2019. It is also helpful, understanding growth and development is also helpful for teachers. Understanding growth helps teachers respect individual differences. Every child develops in a unique rhythm. Some walk or speak early, others later. Similarly, some grasp concepts quickly, while others need more time. A teacher who understands developmental psychology or the concept of growth and development, principles of growth and development, never labels children as weak or slow. Instead, they differentiate learning, adjusting teaching pace, materials, and support. Let's see this table. What are the aspects of growth? Teachers' awareness, how in practical field they positively practice it. Physical growth. Some students tire easily, they get tired, others have high energy. Alternate between active and quiet activities. They can give in between the rest period. Cognitive growth. Students vary in memory, logic, and attention span. Positive practices use multisensory aids, visuals, examples, tasks. Emotional growth. Some are very sensitive. Some students, they are very sensitive. Others hide emotions. Here teacher's role is provide empathy, patience, and positive feedback. Social growth. Some students are very shy. Some are outgoing. Positive practice for teachers is create mixed groups and cooperative learning strategies they can apply. Growth awareness shapes teaching strategies. Knowledge of developmental stages, that is infancy, early childhood, middle childhood, late childhood, adolescence, and finally adulthood. Knowing about these developmental stages helps teachers choose methods suited to the learner's mental, we now say cognitive and emotional readiness. Let's again see a table. What are the developmental stages, how children learn best, and the ideal teaching method or pedagogies. Early childhood from 2 to 6 years. How children learn best at this stage? Through senses, play, imitation. Playway is the best method. Through songs, dramatization, teacher can explain the concept. Middle childhood, 6 to 12 years. How at this particular stage child learn best? It is through reasoning, concrete experience, concrete objects to explain the mathematical and the science concepts. Ideal teaching method will be demonstrations, group projects, and storytelling. During adolescent stage, that is 12 to 19 years, child learn best through abstract thought and discussion. And the teachers, they may adopt debates, research work, project works, reflection exercises. When teaching matches development, that developmental age or stage, learning becomes natural and joyful. When it doesn't, learning becomes forced and students, they lost interest in the subject as well as in class. Teachers can identify learning and emotional challenges early. Understanding growth and development helps educators spot early warning signs in children. Slow cognitive growth. These students have difficulty remembering or reading, may indicate they must be having some learning disorders. Emotional distress. Frequent mood swings, isolation, or aggression may reveal insecurity or trauma. Social difficulties. Withdrawal from peers or bullying behavior needs attention. Early detection and support can prevent long-term academic and emotional setbacks. For example, if a 9-year-old cannot read fluently, instead of giving punishment, a teacher aware of developmental stages, all the principles of growth and development, and the differences between growth and development, and especially the individual differences are there in students, will provide remedial reading support using phonics and repetition. Growth understanding builds emotional and moral intelligence in teachers. Teachers who understand child psychology becomes emotionally intelligent educators. They realize that discipline is not about controlling the students. All the students in the class are silent, they are not saying anything, they are not gossiping, but it is about guidance. A child acting out may be seeking attention, not defiance. A child, a quiet child may be overwhelmed, not disinterested. By empathizing with students, teachers model education, emotional balance, which in turn shapes children's character and moral reasoning. Such teachers create a classroom climate where empathy, respect, and cooperation thrive. Linking growth with curriculum and assessment. A developmentally aware teacher connects lessons to students' life experiences. As we have already learned about this, key growth and development, it depends on the environment, climatic conditions, family environment, home, peers. So a teacher must know about these things, and these are applied in curriculum as well as in assessment. In early grades, concepts are taught through hands-on activities, through touch, move, explore. In later years, through conceptual reasoning and problem solving. Assessment too becomes growth oriented, focusing on progress, not perfection. Teachers use formative evaluation like observation, portfolios, or group tasks to understand how students are learning, not just what they produce or the final products, or we say the final marks or percentages or CGPAs. Teachers as facilitators of holistic growth. A teacher's influence extends beyond textbooks. NCF 2005 already mentioned about it. By understanding child development, teachers nurture the whole personality: intellectual, emotional, physical, and moral. They encourage self-expression and confidence. They promote critical thinking and creativity among students. They foster values, empathy, and social responsibility. This holistic perspective turns education into character formation, not mere giving instruction in the classroom. The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts, as said by C.S. Lewis, NCERT 2019, and Vygotsky 1978. Teachers bridge home and school for balanced growth. An informed teacher, and who is informed teacher? Who knows about the child psychology, who knows about all the principles of growth and development. An informed teacher understands that learning continues beyond school, beyond textbooks. They maintain communication with parents. We have seen in parent-teacher meeting also, and they are encouraged. So they maintain communication with parents to ensure that home environments support school goals. For example, explaining to parents that adolescent moodiness is normal. It reduces family conflict. Guiding families to encourage reading habits supports literacy growth. IGNOU 2016 and NIOS 2014. Thus, teachers act as connectors, linking home, school, and community for the child's balanced development, that is holistic development. Creating holistic learning environment. Understanding the interplay between physical, cognitive, and social development enables teachers to create a more balanced and effective learning environment that addresses a child's overall development. We also say holistic development. Informing guidance and evaluation. Teachers can provide more effective guidance and conduct more relevant evaluations by understanding the individual differences and learning needs of each student. Identify the special needs of children. Now, in the era of inclusive education, it is very important to identify the specific needs of children with special needs. Special needs children are the children who need adapted learning instruction, adapted learning environment, or adapted learning process. They may be physically disabled, they may be cognitively disabled. These children are identified and provided special services for their learning. Know teacher himself. This lecture also helps these educational implications, and this particular lecture also helps the teacher to understand what he is and how he or she would be in the educational situation. It also helps him/her to assess his potentials and teaching abilities. The teacher also understands his or her emotionality, physical comfortableness, sociability, cognitive abilities, etc. after studying the concept of growth and development. Enable teachers for curriculum development. Curriculum should be designed based on the needs and wants of the individual to get accommodated in the present world of development. So, growth and development helps the teachers to develop suitable curriculum according to the learners, their specific age and stage. Teachers' professional growth mirrors child's growth. Understanding development doesn't stop with children, it shapes teachers themselves. An educator who studies growth develops reflection, patience, and adaptability, qualities that define lifelong learners. As in NCERT, there is a module, Teacher as a Reflective Practitioner. It's very important for teachers to be reflective practitioner. When teachers evolve, education evolves. Santrock 2018 and B. and Boyd 2006. Finally, we can conclude, dear learners, to truly teach is to understand the learner's journey, that journey from a conception to adolescence. When teachers grasp how children grow, they transform classrooms into spaces of discovery and empathy. Such educators or such teachers in school don't just prepare students for exams, they prepare them for life, for relationships, responsibility, and resilience. Therefore, knowledge of growth and development is not optional, it is the very soul of good teaching and professional teaching. These are certain references. You can, for further studies, you can refer these. They are web links also. Thank you and happy learning.